New Technologies for Education by Christopher Murphy. According to NET standards for students, two primary elements with underlying aspects must be observed during the technology, design, and integration process for education. Standard number 1, creativity and innovation, and standard number 4, critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. While implementing technology that considers these elements, educators must also consider how to effectively deliver content to students without allowing technology to be a burden rather than a benefit. Social networking and media have become an integral part of our everyday society, from Facebook to Twitter to Instagram and countless other forms of social networking. Today's students have a multitude of ways to learn, interact, and create content, more ways than in the history of education. Because students use social media and networking outside the classroom and are often proficient users, educators can use this powerful tool to infuse content into the everyday lives of students, limiting the dregs and doldrums often associated with classroom work. This is a stepped analysis of some of the social media and networking tools that educators can use in their classrooms to not only effectively enhance learning, but also get students involved in higher order thinking and performing. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram have quickly become the go-to social media platforms for digital social interactions. Students will obviously be familiar with these platforms, so using them effectively can be a great benefit to educators. Suggestions for use include assignment updates and due dates, general prompts for discussion, planned activities and upcoming events, and individual praises and achievements. Interaction over these platforms should be kept fairly informal, generally speaking. Class participation points can be awarded as the teacher sees fit to encourage learning and participation. Google Groups is a fantastic way to create more in-depth class discussions. Because of the medium, students who normally would not interact with a classroom setting are encouraged to give their discussion input without the anxiety of public performance associated with in-class discussions. Suggestions for use include creating forums that discuss higher-level questions or why and how questions. These types of questions encourage discussions that require higher-order thinking and allow students the opportunity to respond in more well-thought-out analytical ways. Points can be required and awarded based on participation and effective, productive discussion. Google Docs sharing for critiquing is a modern twist to a regularly practiced, decades-old form of student interaction. Allowing students to view each other's work and critique it has been practiced in the English classroom setting for years, and often it is seen as effective if the proper amount of effort is displayed by the participants. Taking this task one step further, teachers can have their students create work in Google Docs and share that work with another peer, allowing the peer to critique that work through live comments and questions. This type of social networking is higher order and requires students to be diligent in their efforts. When properly taught and used as a tool by the teacher, this may be one of the most effective ways for students to help each other through digital collaboration. Points can be applied for participation and effective critiques and comments. All three of these activity tools employ various aspects of the NETS standards for students mentioned earlier. Based on Standard 1, we can see that students must demonstrate creative thinking, construct knowledge, and develop innovative products and processes using technology. Furthermore, in order to be effective, students must apply existing knowledge, create original works as a means of personal or group expression, and identify trends and forecast possibilities. Based on Standard 4, we understand that students must use critical thinking skills, identify and define authentic problems, plan and manage activities to develop a solution, and use multiple processes to explore alternative solutions. Social networking and media can be an effective way for educators to create and deliver content to students. If used properly and maintained consistently, these networks of students and teachers create new and effective means for learning, thus enhancing the educational process for everyone involved.